Our first question states, what is 90% of 10? Now we're going to start this problem and every other problem off the same way. We're going to write our formula of percent over 100 is the part, or is, over the whole, or of. Now using this formula, we are just going to fill in our blanks. We are given the percent and we are given the whole, so now we just need to find the part, or is. So we're going to fill our percent with 90 over 100, the 100 always stays constant, and then this is going to equal is, which is our x variable, over of, which is 10. Now we solve for x, and to solve for x, we're going to cross multiply this 10 out. So we get 10 times 90 is 900 over 100 equals x over 10 times 10, which just leaves us with x. Now we get 900 over 100 equals x, and we can cancel out all these zeros to get 9 over 1 equals x, which is the same as 9 equals x. So 9 is 90% of 10. Next we want to find what percentage of 40 is 20. So again, we're going to start off with our percent over 100 equals is over of. Now we have the is, we have the of, so we just need the percentage. So now we're going to fill in our formula where x is our unknown of percentage over 100 equals 20 over 40. Now to get x by itself, we're going to again cross multiply by 100. And we're left with x equals 20 times 100 is 20,000 all over 40. And those zeros cancel out, and we're left with 200 over 4, which is the same as 50. So x equals 50%. Now the next question asks, what is 70% of 80? So again, we start off with our percent over 100 equals our is over of. We have our percent and we have our of, so we just need to find is. So percent is going to be 70 over 100 equals our is, which is our unknown, so we're going to replace with the variable x, over of, which is given to us to be 80. And then to get x by itself, we're going to cross multiply by 80. And then we're left with 80 times 70, which is 5,600 over 100 equals x. These zeros can cancel out, so we're left with 56 over 1 equals x, which is the same as 56 equals x. So 56 is 70% of 80. Now we're going to move on to these next three questions over here, but before we do that, I'm just going to erase our work so we have more room to write. The next question is 70 is what percent of 80? So again, we want to write out our formula of percent over 100 equals is over of. Now we have our is, and we have our of, and we just need to find our percentage. So now we're going to replace our variables of percentages are unknown of x over 100 equals is, which is 70, over our of, which is 80. Now to get x by itself, we're going to cross multiply by 100. And then we're left with x equals 70 times 100, which is 7,000 over 80. These zeros can cancel out, and we're left with x equals 700 over 8. And then 700 divided by 8 gives us 87.5. So x is 87.5%. Now we want to find 60% of the number 20. So again, we start off with our formula of percent over 100 equals is over of, and we are given the percent and we are given the of, so now we just need to find our is. So we have our percent over 100 equals is, which is our unknown, over of, which is 20. And to get x by itself, we're going to multiply both sides by 20, and we're left with 60 times 20 is 1,200 all over 100 equals x. And then these zeros can cancel out, and we're left with 12 over 1 equals x, which is the same as x equals 12. So 12 is 60% of 20. Now our final question is, what is 98% of 50? So our formula is percent over 100 equals is over of, and we are given the percent and we are given the of, so we just need to find is. So we're left with 98 over 100 equals is, which is x, over 50. Then multiply both sides by 50 to get the x by itself. And we're left with 50 times 98, which is 4,900, all over 100, equals x. These zeros can cancel out on the top and bottom, and we're left with 49 over 1 equals x, which is the same as x equals 49. So we know that 49 is 98% of 50.